Jermaine, do a Q&A video. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jermaine back with another video. This video, I thought I would do a Q&A video. I haven't did a Q&A video in a very long time because I make so many live stream videos, and I feel that like in my live stream videos, people just ask me questions and I just answer them as I go. So I just don't do a Q&A video, but let's just do a Q&A video. I have like 10 questions here. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna go through, I'm gonna answer. And yeah, that's how we're going to do this video. If you guys want to jump around in this video, I have the timestamps down below in the video. Okay, so the first question we have here is, how long have you been in the stock market? Now, first off, guys, all of these are not going to be stock related. This is the only one that's stock related. But how long have I been in the stock market? Right now, I'm 34 years old, and I remember opening up my first account, my first Charles Schwab account, right when I turned 18. I believe like on my 18th birthday, I opened up my first broker account. So I've been in the markets for a very long time. I don't really want to make videos talking about the stock market just because now everybody is making videos talking about the stock market. I kind of want to, chip in every now and then and give my 2 cents. And I do want to show the different stocks that I invest in and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily just want to just start making videos talking about the stock market, But I have been in the market for a while, and but let's go down to the next question. Oh, this is one I get often. When are you planning on leaving from San Francisco? I don't know. I haven't made a San Francisco video in a minute, but not much has really changed. Last week they opened outdoor dining, but yet there's a lot of rain. So, you can do outdoor dining, but a lot of people are not doing outdoor dining because it's raining. And it looks like right now it's raining as I'm filming this video, and it looks like it's going to be raining in the forecast today. I don't know. It's just, the city is just, I want to stay in the city. I don't have plans on leaving the city now. However, I really do want to travel, but traveling is different from leaving San Francisco. That's kind of how I look at it. Well, traveling is leaving from San Francisco, but when I think of leaving from San Francisco, I think of moving somewhere else. And when I think of traveling, I always go travel and come back to San Francisco. So it is a little bit different. So let's go down to number 3. Question number 3. What do you miss about traveling the most? What do I miss about traveling the most? I think one thing I miss about traveling the most is the whole idea of, I'm going to a new place, I'm going to see different things, and I'm gonna just be in a different place, and I'm gonna experience different things. That's what I miss the most about traveling. And I don't necessarily miss that part the most, but it's the excitement that comes with that. That's the part I miss the most, is the excitement that go along with it. Because I don't really plan out my trips when I travel. I'll just pick a country, and sometimes I'll just pick a random place to stay. But everything else along the trip is very spontaneous. And that's probably one thing that I miss the most, is just living this whole spontaneous life. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm dating, have a partner, and I'm talking to my partner about traveling, and my partner is like, oh, well, I want to take the dog. And I'm thinking nah. I'm just no, that's too much work. One thing I like about traveling is I like to be spontaneous, and I like to not have responsibilities, and I like to, just go with the flow, just hang out at the beach all day, go hiking all day, go do city stuff all day. I love the spontaneous, the whole spontaneous things about traveling. Versus back home, things aren't so spontaneous, Things are a little bit more planned out. Things are a little bit more, I know what to expect, basically. I know what to expect. That's pretty much the big difference about traveling and being back home. Traveling, I don't know what to expect. I can plan out things to a certain extent, but once again, I don't know what to expect. This is going to be a new experience in a new place. Back home, you know what to expect. So let's go down to number 5. Yeah, we're already at number 5. When are you buying a Tesla? When am I buying a Tesla? That's a good question. I'm actually thinking about buying a car. I actually don't think I will buy a car. I don't think I will buy a Tesla. I think if I would buy a car right now, I think I'd probably get something like under $10,000. Something maybe like $5,000 to $10,000. Like, I don't really care about, having a nice fancy car or anything. If Tesla stock price, if Tesla stock price like doubled, maybe I'd want to get a Tesla. Like I definitely could totally get a Tesla. Like, I've made enough money off Blink charging to go buy a Tesla, so I could totally buy one. But I look at it like I still live in the city, and if I go move like to Tennessee or just move outside of San Francisco, like just move to a place where I need a car. Like, even if I maybe move to Santa Barbara, I would probably, want a car. Maybe I would get a Tesla. But if I live in San Francisco, if I plan on staying here in the city, don't think I would want a new car. I think I would want something like a little bit cheaper, $5,000, $10,000 range, something I can pay off really fast, just pay for it in cash. And something that's really cheap, something that's just good enough for me to get like a tax deduction for doing deliveries and stuff like that. And if you get a car that's $5,000 and you're able to write off $5,000 and mileage for that year, that car is basically paid for itself in a year, and just the tax savings that you've got for that car. And to go out and buy a $40,000 brand new Tesla, and you're going to get the same tax, same tax incentive, it would just be better if I'm going to stay in San Francisco to just get a cheaper car, something like $5,000, $10,000, something that I can park on the street, and the windows can get smashed and I don't care about it, and it can get banged up and I don't really care about it, and just something that's not nice. So that's really the plan. So not getting a Tesla anytime soon. We're gonna go down to, I should have labeled these, but this is question number 6. What apps are you working for nowadays? What apps am I working for nowadays? That's a good question, guys. For the most part, I'm really not working for any apps anymore. I have mainly just been doing YouTube videos, and I've been trading stocks for the most part. That has been pretty much what I've been doing, especially this year, this January. Like, I've definitely been more into trading. And that's kind of what I've been doing. When I work for the apps, what do I do with the money that I make with the apps? I usually take all that money and buy stocks, right? So I go out and work all day and do deliveries just to turn around and buy stock, right? And then I figured out, why won't I just, trade in the stock market a little bit more, So lately I've just been kind of doing that. I've been kind of, figuring out ways to, make, squeeze some money here, make some money there, make some money here, and I don't have to run around as much. I've been kind of doing that because, the weather has been rainy and it's been cold, and I just got this new bike recently, but I didn't have the bike up until like, 2 weeks ago, and like, before I had the bike, like I was, just in the stock market, and I was looking at ways to make money here and there, and, on YouTube. And, I think I'll probably get back into the app game maybe in a couple weeks, maybe when I like figure out if I'm going to buy a car or just rent a car. I'm really thinking about getting wheels or something right now. That's something that I've been thinking about on the list. Would you recommend a first timer to move to San Francisco right now? Would I recommend a first timer to move to San Francisco right now? Guys, this is a tough one. It really depends on the type of person you are. Bottom line, it really depends on what type of person you are. If you are moving to San Francisco to be a waitress or to work at a hotel, this may not be the best time for you to move here. If you're the type of person, you're working from home and you make a decent amount of money from working home, San Francisco may not be a bad place for you. If you're the type of person that you don't mind, living in a small place, like what I mean by a small place, most people live in, condos, or we live in like small places, versus if you go live outside the city, you can have a house and you can have a backyard and you can have a parking lot, not a parking lot, a driveway. You can have all these things in the city. No, you don't have these things. If you're okay with living that life, move to the city, But if you are, you know, moving from your parents' house and this is the first time you've ever left home and you've never really had a job, I would say stay away from the city right now. Maybe you should come visit the city when the city is in a better shape, but maybe you should stay away from right now. Very important here. Has San Francisco rent prices hit rock bottom yet? Now, a lot of people are waiting for the prices to continue to fall so they can move to the city and rent a place at a really cheap price. And I totally get it. You want to get a decent price. Well, I think a couple things that's going on with San Francisco real estate right now. A couple things that's going on. We can talk about this. You guys should probably share this video if you think it's important. Okay, the landlord situation. Soma has a lot of high-rise buildings, has a lot of these newer buildings built less than 10 years old. And they also have a lot of buildings built, 20 years, less than 30 years. But basically, Soma does not have a lot of rent control. The key benefits of living in Soma is it's flat and it's near downtown. You're very close to, the trains. You're very close to Market Street. So it makes the city very accessible. You can walk without going up big hills. You can ride a bike without going up big hills. But the problem with Soma is there is not a lot of rent control. Okay, the rent control is a lot of when we just talk about the downtown part of the city, a lot of the rent control is across Market, which is in the Tenderloin and Union Square and Nob Hill, those neighborhoods, Russian Hill. You're gonna find a lot more rent control in these neighborhoods. However, I think there's a lot of landlords in these neighborhoods that are like holding back units, like they're not putting their units on the market because they already know that if they put these units on the market, these rent control units on the market, and the prices have already dropped as much as they did, if they put these rent control units on the market, and if people move in, these people could stay in these units for a very long time. And the landlord is not going to get, that really good, that decent rent. The landlord's going to be stuck with, let's just use numbers for example. Let's just say a studio in the Tenderloin. Let's say last year it was renting for $2,000 a month, right? Just a small studio, rent for $2,000 a month. Now, the price has fallen to about maybe the landlord could possibly ask for like $1,200. And maybe the landlord still wouldn't rent it at $1,200 just because the people that are applying may not meet the credit and they may not meet the rental requirements, right? So now, the landlord's sitting there and he has his unit there, $1,200. Now he don't want to lower it lower because if he lowers it lower, let's say to $800, he might find the ideal tenant. He might find someone with really good credit to move in. The landlord also may find someone, who makes, 5 times the rent. So he feels safe about this person making the rent payments. However, if it's rent control, the landlord knows that he can't raise the rent on this unit. So since he can't raise the rent on this unit, it's more like this person could stay here for like 20 years and now they're paying a cheap amount. So what a lot of landlords are doing, this is what I've been hearing through the grapevine, is they are just not showing some of these units right now. They're just letting them sit there empty. And the whole idea is just let them sit there empty and don't even advertise them until the markets come back. Because when the markets come back, at least you can get a higher price. You can get a higher price versus risking right now. You can get someone in there right now at a lower price, but they're going to be paying that lower price and they could be staying there for 20 plus years. So has it? So it really answered the question. Has the rental market hit the bottom? I think it already hit the bottom. That's just me speaking. I think it did. I think it did maybe in November, December. Now I see prices going back up, especially in certain parts of Soma. But who knows? We'll have to see when things open back up. If things don't open back up this year, maybe we didn't hit the bottom. Maybe it's going to get lower again. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Next question. Why don't you ever go to San Jose or Oakland or even Northbay? Guys, I don't like to leave downtown. I do not like to leave downtown. My boo lives in Bayview. And whenever I go to Bayview, I'm just thinking, yo, man, I can't wait to get back downtown. This is so far away. Like, this is so far away. Guys, I just don't like leaving downtown. Like, that's just my thing. But whenever I leave downtown, like this past weekend, my boo and I, we spent some time at McLaren Park in the city. It's like this park, like on the outskirts of the city. And I went there and I had a blast. Like, I had a blast. Like, it's a beautiful park and beautiful views and just beautiful scenery and just the landscaping is just so nice, and there's all these trails, and I always like it when I leave downtown, but I never like to leave downtown. And why don't I ever go to North Bay? I was gonna go to North Bay like yesterday, but it started raining. Like, I was gonna take the bike like across the Golden Gate Bridge to like the Marin headwinds or whatever. So I'm gonna take the bike over there. It's like this big hill, and there's views of like the bridge and views of the city because the city is like over in the background. I was totally gonna go, but it was raining the forecast, so I was like, bummer. I'm not gonna go now. It's freaking raining. Don't want to get wet. But yeah, let's go on to the next question. The last question: when are you going to travel outside of the U.S. again? I have no idea. I have no idea when I'm gonna travel outside the U.S. I have no idea. Yesterday, I was really thinking about telling the people here at the hotel, like, I'm leaving, like, I'm gonna like leave at the end of the month. I'm really thinking about telling them, just because, like, I kind of want to travel, but then I don't know. I was really thinking about telling them I want to leave because I was gonna travel, but then I'm like, I'm in a relationship now, and it's not so easy to travel when you're in a relationship, and I don't know. I have to see. How my cards are played. Anyway, guys, I wanted to make a Q&A video. Just wanted to make a video answering some questions, talking about a couple things with y'all. And if you guys like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this from me, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down below. But anyway, I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, yo.